Mine's on. Does mine seem on? Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, you can see us. Hello everyone!
Welcome to our first episode
of Yaps and Snacks.
I'm Allie.
I'm Sarah.
Okay, so we're gonna have 3 snacks and we're gonna go walk you through each of them with their individual claims. And at the end, we're gonna tell you if it's worth your money or if it's not.
Pass, yeah.
Yeah.
Pass or snack.
Pass or snack.
Yeah.
Or a snack.
Should you have a serving or are we serving? So for today's starting episode, we decided to do cheese puffs. They are regular, so not vegan.
This is one of my favorites because I love cheese. First product is going to be Barbara's cheese puffs.
Yeah, Barbara's Bakery.
Well, my first impression is
Pale.
they're pale. Yeah, when you think of a cheesy puff, you think
like
of
OG.
that Cheetos, like that, like dark.
Stains your fingers.
Yes.
So these are very pale. But however, I did make sure I picked up all the white cheddar ones. So maybe that's why.
Okay, well,
They are white cheddar.
we're comparing. So, Barbara's Bakery is actually an American company from California, actually.
I think she was 17 when she made it.
Damn.
Yeah, I think she was a baker.
Do you do any research about that?
I did look into it because I think what I searched, I was like, okay, so we're all super familiar with the OG cheese puff. And I was like, well, when was like the OG healthy cheese puff? Like, when did it start? So I think I just started with a basic Google search actually. And it said that it was Barbara's. And I think the company started in 1970.
Damn.
So yeah, it was a while ago. Well, not a while ago.
Are Cheetos even that old? They must be.
They must be. Well,
So one thing I do appreciate about this quote unquote healthier versions is that there's not a lot of claims. It's like quite simple.
this one was good. This is my
Yeah.
favorite in terms of claims.
Yeah, it's just like the name and it's just a gluten-free logo. And pretty much that's it. And it just says like it's baked, which is true.
Well, we didn't go into their factory.
Oh, let's trust
I'm
it.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's a great point, but let's trust it. Yeah, but even like at the back, we'll show you, there's really not any other claims, which I kind of appreciated. What makes them gluten-free is that they're made with cornmeal, which
I think the original one has blue cheese.
What?
This is not the original. I made sure I got the white cheddar one, so we were comparing.
Boo!
Sorry.
One of them has blue cheese.
I think like all of them do, except for this one.
Oh,
Even like
okay.
I think like their flavored ones have blue cheese.
Never mind.
I'm the two of us. I go down website rabbit holes. I couldn't find a website for this one. But what I did really also appreciate was the transparency for this brand. So if you do go on their website, I think they said they're heart healthy and then a little asterisk. And if you follow the asterisk, it said, we know there's a lot of contributing factors to heart health. Like it's not just food related and it can be, I think they mentioned exercise. I'll double check that. But I like that there was like, they're not promising that you're now like foolproof heart healthy by eating their cheese.
Yeah,
So
I
they
mean,
acknowledge other factors.
everything's part of a healthy diet, but
Yeah.
like I wouldn't be like, this is gonna like, cure my like or prevent heart heart disease. These ones are high in fat because of that real cheese, but actually like the ingredients are quite like simple in a way that they only have like cornmeal, sunflower oil, cheddar cheese, whey, buttermilk, salt, citric acid, and lactic acid. Which when you compare it to like the Cheetos have a lot more ingredients and preservatives. And I appreciate that these ones do not have any like, they're so pale that you could tell they don't even like care about putting any like, color.
Yeah.
Natural or artificial. So kind of like it. So shall we?
Yes. Okay. I'm excited.
Cheers.
Wait, I want one that's in the shape of a smiley. Oh, yours is like really smiley. Okay. Cheers. I won't look at you.
These are pretty good.
Yeah.
I like it. They're good, but I feel like they're salty.
They are salty. Yeah.
I feel like it needs a little bit more cheese. I think blue cheese would have taken to the next level. But they're salty. Mm-hmm.
They are salty, especially like almost near the end. Mm-hmm. I wonder if like a part of it is to do with, I don't know if the lactic and citric acid adds to like the Is it fully the salt flavor that you're tasting?
I mean,
it'll be interesting.
It does taste like a little bit of cheese, but like cheese is not overpowering. So if you like that, like you don't like the super cheesy flavor, these are probably the best for you.
Do you know what this reminds me of? Have you ever had the Twisty Puffs? They're blue packaging. They're like smaller, but they're twisted, and they're like really soft. This flavor reminds me of it.
Okay.
I used to have like a whole bag after I'd have a migraine.
They're solid product.
Yeah, they are salty. The more I have, the
more you have. Which I love salt, but like
it would be good to pair it with something.
With like hot sauce or something.
It's not what I was thinking.
Spicy.
I was thinking like a bland cracker.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boring. Okay. Well, solid product, simple, no claims, gluten-free. Yeah. Great. What about price? We'll check. Pretty good.
It's good. It is salty.
Product.
Frankies.
Organic. First impression, Sarah.
They look like ginger.
Oh.
Like the root, like a puffed version.
It's also a little pale, which, like you said, could be
I think it has a bit more color than the other ones. Do you think?
Yeah.
The other ones were like super pale. Like
just a shade.
I just think the shape is so interesting. I wonder if they did it on purpose or if it was like there's some different thing going on in here that would just make them puff out in weird.
It looks like when you fry it and it kind of loses their shape, but these are also baked. But I mean, appreciate the alternative weird.
Yeah, we love imperfection. It makes it look
more fun to eat, I guess. Hopefully it tastes good. So these are a Canadian company from Quebec. Quebec. So Canadian. Of course, we love Canadian products. So
Tariff Girl Summer.
What did you say?
Tariff Girl Summer.
Tariff Girl Summer.
Have you seen that?
Love that. Oh my god, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's our first impression of the product. And then of the bag. Love the color purple.
I love the purple, yeah.
We're starting positive here. They have a lot more claims. So one of their claims is they're organic and they're non-GMO.
Yeah.
And of course gluten-free, as we mentioned. Which is, I don't know about you, but like with that much level of processing, do you really care if it's organic at this point? Like has completely changed its form. Do we care if it's organic? I always think about like, this is not real cheddar anymore. You have already changed the whole product. Do we care if it's like hyper processed? Do we even care if it's like organic?
That's a great point. And I definitely have been thinking about this a lot. The language used to describe it as real, as not fake, as not artificial. But I think what's interesting, like whether it's, derived from like real cheese, to go from what is the brown, if this one's quinoa, brown rice. Essentially, to go from rice and quinoa, they've undergone a ton of processing, and that means chemical reactions. That means using a lot to get where it is. So it is processed, right? So that's a great point. And I think when you're eating snacks, when you're eating treats, whether they're savory or sweet, we know we're already going in with this idea that we want to enjoy them. So I think it is interesting that certain products companies will now try to backtrack. Yeah.
I think that when you're putting non-GMO and organic, it's like people associate those things with being healthy, and that's not really the case. I think they're very they want to be sustainable. They have this certified EcoCert Canada.
Did you look into that?
Yeah, which means they are environmentally friendly, which I'm assuming because it's based on all the organic ingredients. But again, just because it's natural ingredients doesn't mean it's healthier.
Is it EcoCert?
EcoCert, yeah. Any effort or certification to be more environmental, I'm here for. Maybe we don't agree on on the organic being healthier for you, but that has B certification or maybe this certification, anything that's good for them working towards the environment, or a company that worries a little bit more about the environment is better than nothing, right?
Yeah.
That's how I want to put it.
I think as long as the intention is there, we can talk about the impact's a different story, but
yeah. GMO doesn't mean it's healthier. GMOs are not, of course, anything that's like genetically modified or anything that requires any sort of technology should be used with caution. But I'm actually going to link a source from Health Canada that describes the amount of regulation that GMO products require. It explains it pretty well. So if you need more information about GMOs, look at that source.
I'm just curious, were you ever against GMOs? Did you ever have a shift or?
A shift?
I did.
Yeah, I think before learning about it, like it sounds scary. Like anything that is like genetically modified, like
sounds like the Hulk. Like we eat it, we're gonna become the Hulk.
Yeah, and I think one of the concerns was that it would change your DNA or something like that. That's some of the claims, and like we know through extensive research that that's not the case. We're spilling the tea. Yeah, that's not the case.
I remember my first exposure to, or just ever hearing about it, I was at a volleyball tournament, I think in San Francisco, and there was a huge protest going down the street, and they were yelling, it was either say no to GMO or no more GMO, and it was just going, I remember not knowing at all what it was. And I think I probably formed some sort of opinion about it, and I don't think I ever knew much until we took that class. Yeah, and my eyes were completely open.
Yeah, no, definitely. And a lot of products do not have GMO. I'm also going to link another website in which tells you a lot of the things don't even have GMO to start with. So it's not like really necessary to like label it, because it kind of freaks out people, right?
Oh yeah, 100%. The fear mongering is real.
But it's highly regulated. So yeah, I'm gonna link up all the information. We're not experts in like that type of technology, so it's just
definitely not in that field. Our opinion, and we want to echo reputable, evidence-based sources. So, cheers again.
Our ginger.
Oh,
this is good. I like it.
This is like not salty at all. I would, for this one, I think I would add salt.
Actually,
I would add salt.
I think for me it's perfect, but tasty.
It's very crunchy, but there's a bite to it. And then they kind of like disappear almost. Like they're very interesting.
I think the shape of
Makes it awkward.
It's like it occupies your whole mouth. It's a little awkward to eat. Okay, rabbit holes.
Okay, wait. I'm like, This is good.
Doing this.
Yeah. One more and then I'll talk.
I'm gonna keep eating while you're talking. Tell us more.
So I would really want to talk about because compared to Barbara's, this one and our third one do have a little family story on the back. And I did read it, and I really am. I love a good farmer story. I think that's what, it's true. I'm the person that doesn't scroll through, when you're reading a blog post and it's like skip to the recipe. I read the story. Like I want to know why you picked that recipe, who it's from, why you love it, why it's still in your family. I want to know that, so I'll read it. So I do love a good origin story. Can I read like a snippet?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I'll skip actually I'll go the whole thing. It says, the history of our snack traces back to that fateful day when our grandfather, Francesco, I hope I'm saying that correctly, but first took us down to the family farm in southern Quebec. If there's one thing Grandpa Frankie taught us, it's to do things the only way he knew how, the right way. It's how he raised his cattle and farmed his crops. It's how he cared for his family. It's how he lived. And his do it right attitude that lives on in our snacks today. Snacks that are bursting with all the goodness of real natural ingredients. Snacks with that real flavor you just can't get enough of. Because to us, organic is not just a label, it's a way of life. So I wouldn't say I was a huge fan of this, mostly because they kind of said it's the right way. As if there's really no other way to live or eat other than organically. I think that's where they were going to, because that was kind of the end of it. I think it is sweet how they said, he raised his cattle and his farm and his crops. It's how he lived. I do think that is really nice. I do have to say that this whole kind of idea that organic is not just a label, it's a lifestyle. It's the only way to do it. It's the right way to do it.
It's a little shameful.
It is. That's definitely what I was getting to. I don't think it says here. I think this one said either on the website or somewhere it said it's a guilt-free snack.
Yes, I saw it on the website. You can eat guilt-free.
Guilt-free. And this is just something that I get the ick right away. I'm not a fan. I think there's a way to do marketing without shame and guilt.
Yeah.
Especially, I think, so this is where it kind of gets confusing to me. It's like, we're talking about goodness. We're talking about a family. We're talking about like really positive feelings. And then to bring in kind of shame and a discourse about shame and guilt, I don't think that's the way to get consumers to buy your product.
Yeah. I did see the guilt-free thing, and like, I mean, it depends. Like guilt-free, like you can eat as many of you want. No, that's not true for any food, right? Everything in excess, it's bad, like regardless. So I saw guilt-free and I was like, no, not really. Like,
and I think I found a great article, and I'll definitely link it below. It's really recent. It's from March 2025, and I think it was this whole like, can we stop calling food guilt-free? And I think what it does kind of implies that there should be guilt with associated with eating food in the first place.
Right.
And so it's our job to find a food that doesn't induce feelings of guilt. And I don't think that's gonna nurture a healthy relationship with food for anybody. It doesn't matter where you're starting or coming from.
So important.
Yeah, it's so important. And I think kind of like what you mentioned, even with the non-GMO and guilt-free, it's unfortunately, for me, it like crosses the line of kind of fear mongering, and I don't love it.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
That's fair. Guilt-free, this is still a hyper-processed food. Is this cheese to you? Like, no, it has been highly processed. This is not cheese and quinoa and rice. Like this is not it. But yes, I love what you're saying. But yeah, I mean, kudos for the taste. I actually really enjoy them.
I do like them. Yeah.
I'm wondering if this one's a bit more expensive because organic tends to raise prices a little bit.
That's a good point.
Wouldn't be shocked if this one is like more expensive compared to the other ones.
I do have one more kind of rabbit hole.
Of course.
Yeah. Obviously, marketing is marketing. We're going to do what we're going to do to sell the product. I think a little bit sometimes when we bring in like family, this is how he raised his cattle, his crops, his family, all of that. I do think that kind of dabbles in, if we're going to talk about logical fallacies, and it is the appeal to emotion fallacy. So it's when we're kind of playing on your emotions, like it's this big happy family, but it's not technically factual. So it's like we appeal to the consumer's emotional side, have this big happy family picture, and so then we're gonna assume that like the organic must be the way of life. When you read these things or when somebody's talking to you, just because you're, I guess, feeling an emotion doesn't have to make it true.
That's true. Our last product is gonna be Boom Chicka Pop.
Okay,
Angie's Boom Chicka Pop. White cheddar puffs.
I love the title. Boom Chicka Pop.
Boom Chicka Pop. I'm actually a big fan of their popcorn, so I know already I'm gonna like this, to be honest. First impressions. I think they're also very, like, they're all the same color.
I think they have them, this one has the most color.
Yeah, they do. I love the name, I agree. I love the color.
Is it the most? No. This has got the brightest orange, I think, for sure.
But then I love it with like the
hot pink.
The hot pink.
The magenta.
These ones are very interesting because they're from Minnesota, but it says that they're puffed in Canada. Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Puffed in Canada.
From Mankato, Minnesota. I actually thought they were Canadian.
So if they
got me with that label.
If they make it in
I have no idea how that
works.
works.
They puff it in Canada, they have to return it back to America for selling?
I don't know. Or maybe
they
get
distributed from Canada then?
If someone knows, let us know.
Yeah, how does that work?
To our one fan. From the label, it says real simple ingredients, nothing fake. Okay, we'll be the judge. Also gluten-free, non-GMO, we already talked about that. They have a dairy certification, and it says no artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives. Let's look at the ingredient list to see if that's actually true. Okay, so cornmeal, whey, butter, cheddar cheese, sugar, cream, natural flavor. Not a lot of ingredients.
Do the other ones have cream?
They have some sort of like, they also have like buttermilk and whey. And they actually don't have
they have nothing.
So pretty simple. Like
it is, yeah. I'm just so curious, how do they get their like different color then?
What do you mean?
Like they're brighter than the other ones. Like if you were to compare them to the first one, Barbara's is like pale.
Maybe they
use
like
girl.
Maybe they use like different colored cheddar cheese. You know, cheddar cheese could be Could be white or, oh yeah, they're white.
And if it just has less, maybe the...
I honestly don't think so. I'll be curious. I don't know how they get the color, but it's also not like super strong.
No, it's not. I just have a lot of feelings.
Okay, tell me about them. You want to try them?
I think we should try them first.
Have you ever tried them?
I'll go into my... This one I have not. I actually don't even know if I've tried Barbara's. I'm so confused. Like, I don't know which ones I've tried or not.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bing. They melt in your mouth.
They really do. They just like...
I like them.
Okay. Are we leaving the rating for last?
Yeah.
Okay, then I won't say anything. They really just alter. Let me just like...
They melt.
They melt. In terms of like saltiness, I would say they're in the middle between the two. This is the perfect salt. Perfect salt. The Barbara's one definitely had like a tang to it. Like it was very like... It was sharp, and I don't think it was just from the salt. But yeah, I'm a fan. I am a fan.
These ones are like same advertisement as Frankies, but without the organic piece.
Is there anything organic in it? Sometimes they just have a few.
No, they don't even.
They don't even, nothing. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to read the back.
Okay.
And then we'll unpack it.
We went deep.
Me or we?
You, like with the stories.
I always go deep with the stories, yeah.
Love it.
Obviously I have some stuff here, but I am gonna read I love alliteration. So the fact that they said a pop of positivity, like, that's brilliant. That's literary brilliance right there. Give that person a raise. So it says, back when Dan and I first started popping popcorn, love it again, in our garage in Mankato, is that how you were saying, in Minnesota, we wanted to teach our kids the value of hard work and have a little fun along the way. Love that. We also wanted a snack we felt good about feeding them. I need to read this objectively like AI would. Hugely flavorful snacks packed with positivity, not guilt. Snacks that keep the joy in everyday snacking and snacking and snacking with bright bags, okay, they achieved that radiate all the love and fun that went into them from the beginning. Cute. After all, isn't that what snacking should be about? We couldn't agree more. Our white cheddar puffs are made with real, simple ingredients. You know, ingredients you don't have to scrunch up your face to say, and nothing fake. So all of its ingredients are sourced from nature. Enjoy, XO. I got a couple of problems with this. So I'm gonna talk about the hypocrisy. It's what's it called? Not even the irony. Not paradox. It's, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Not a paradox. Is it a paradox? It's paradoxical. When two things are like counteracting each other. The more I read, the more I see that certain brands will kind of pick a word. With Boom Chicka Pop, it's positivity, and they'll really run with it, but then sprinkle a lot of non-positive messaging in their thing. That's what snacking should be about. We couldn't agree more. Like the joy in everyday snacking. Like, yeah, that's exactly what snacking should be. Like joyous, fun, about pleasure, not always about function or fulfilling some sort of, it doesn't always have to do something for you other than make you happy, right? And so to bring in, again, guilting, scrunching up your face to say ingredients, I just don't think snacking is the time or place usually to be thinking about that at all. I didn't love that. I don't appreciate like fear mongering and guilting and shaming. So like, we love positivity, but for me, this wasn't it. What do you, you go. Thoughts.
I think I'm gonna be less aggressive with this one, because the other one with like guilt-free, like,
I mean, didn't that say guilt?
Yeah, that's true. Not guilt.
Yeah. With positivity, not guilt.
Yeah, I guess it's the kind of the same message.
Oh,
as
yeah, it's
Frankies.
absolutely the same.
Yeah. Never mind, because I didn't read this part.
Yeah, I read them all. And then it says like nothing fake, and it says, you know, ingredients you don't have to scrunch your face to say. And I think that's wrong. Like if you can scrunch your face to say ingredients and it can still be fine for you.
Yeah, I agree with you. Nothing like, no snack, regardless if it's like a healthier alternative or like the regular OG Cheetos, you shouldn't feel guilt. Yeah. I think that's what we're like trying to say. The labeling is not like the other one that's right on your face. Like the letters are big. Like I know like all the things are in the bottom.
It's also at the back too.
And it's also at the back. But I feel like they aren't as aggressive than the other one. But yes, I agree. I think it's all the messaging. Like make you feel guilty about eating a product is not what it is. Like if you want to find an alternative snack, because let's be real, they are healthier for you, the three of them, compared to the Cheetos. Like they have less calories, they have a little bit less fat. They're like half the calories, half the fat than your Cheetos. That's a fact. It doesn't look like, because the portion size, you have to look at the portion size, right? Sizes, the portion size of the regular Cheetos, it's half the portion of your regular.
Yeah, well, it was super easy to compare because they all do it per 50 grams.
Yeah, but to be honest, I think like if you love the taste of the Cheetos, you eat the Cheetos. Like I think that's like what we're trying to spread here.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
You should not be feeling guilty for eating any of these foods. Right?
Any of the foods, yeah.
I personally, to be honest, I do love that there's healthier alternatives to regular Cheetos. I will actually purchase one of these. Like if I really like the flavor, I'm gonna tell you which one I like the most in a little bit. But I will actually buy this at the grocery store. But of course, like this, I'm pretty sure these are also like double the money.
The moolah.
Yeah, you cannot afford like this fancy, healthier alternative. You can still eat Cheetos, but you as you will eat these ones, you will eat them in moderation as part of an overall moderate, diet, healthy diet. Yeah, I think that's the message. But you know what? These ones are delicious too. If there's none of these options are available, I'm also gonna eat the Cheetos. I just like cheese,
and like, regardless, we're gonna eat them guilt-free. I think that's
exactly that should be the message.
This is really hard. I wonder what clears your palate for food. I know.
Okay, wait. 3, 2, 1.
Okay, so why did you pick Boom Chicka Pop?
It was like the Goldilocks for me. We're not just doing it on flavor, but I really liked Barbara's, but there was just too much of like this tang after, and it was too salty. I was leaning towards these as well. There was like this weird like crunch and then a little bit flat for me. And then Barbara's just had the perfect crunch, the perfect melt, the perfect flavor.
No, Boom Chicka Pop.
Perfect salt.
I think your heart is betraying you. I think you like Barbara's.
No, I don't. The tang is too strong. It's too strong. It really is overpowering.
I agree. I picked Boom Chicka Pop because I thought in terms of flavor, that's like the best. They do have a lot of claims, but they're not like organic or like, I think the organic piece of this and like, it was like a combination of a lot of things. Besides, I didn't really love the texture. The taste was okay, but I think the Boom Chicka Pop was as pretty, like, you know, the packaging was still pretty, it was bright.
You're considering packaging too.
Oh my god, of course. Like the labeling was like,
I think
a little bit more discreet.
Yeah, I think both of these memorable packaging. Unfortunately, I can't remember these. It's also hard among all their different flavors. Like you said, like you thought this one had blue cheese. It's a little bit confusing.
And you could tell they need to hire like someone that will redo the packaging, because like, this screams 1970 to me. Like, I don't know, like I appreciate them. I actually like love like their like very clean packaging, not a lot of claims, like kind of the OG, simple ingredients. And it would have been like a no-brainer if the flavor would have been there. Like it was too much salt. And for me to say it was too much salt, it's like, because it was salty. Otherwise, yeah, this would be like number one.
I think in terms of like the marketing, the fear mongering, the claims, all this, I do think this was my Barbara's was my favorite, but I can't get over the tang after. I don't know if I would repurchase them. I would remember this day of like, oh, like pretty tangy.
I think they're all around similar price point. Actually pick it based on what you like. At the end of the day, I don't believe the non-GMO thing. I think that's a marketing scam for a lot of products. Of course, if you're into it, I hope you read all the supporting documents we're gonna link to this video.
Please.
But if that's still something you're into, like you want non-GMO products, great alternatives. But I think for me, it was like, I just love the flavor of the Boom Chicka Pop and just like a pretty bag, like it's quite attractive.
Yeah, I think I get a little bit torn sometimes whether I'm going to repurchase something if I foundationally or like even ethically or like messaging wise, I don't know if I agree, but it's hard for me to separate it. So I think if we're going with flavor, Boom Chicka Pop wins.
I will purchase Boom Chicka Pop, to be honest.
I would. But the thing is, I also don't eat them super regularly. Like if this was like my favorite chocolate brand ever, and they were like fear mongering me, I would have.
That's true.
I would have trouble. But
yeah,
I think that's our final verdict.
Yeah, we'll link all the source materials.
We'll be back with our next episode soon.
Yeah, thanks for snacking.
Yeah, and yapping with us. And, oh, yes, if there's anything you want us to try, any of your favorite puffs, let us know in the comments. I'm so curious, what are your go-to puffs?
Tour One fans.
That we, not fans, I guess.
Anyone that doesn't know us that's watching
anyone, yeah.
We don't know yet.
Snack you later.
Snack you later.
Alligator.
Alligator.
Okay, bye.